In this video, we're going to see how to adjust the X and Y scales so that we can configure them to our analog plots. Then we're going to stop the plotting and shift the plots around to see them in another perspective. So with our connect and plotting icons clicked, we can restart our plotting again. Notice that our y-axis scale goes from 0 to 250, and our x-axis scale goes from 0 to 120 seconds. Now the x-axis scale is labeled as seconds, but we don't have the y scale labeled yet, but that comes later. Right now we want to see how we can change the x and y numerical scales. Okay, to increase the y scale, click on the first plus icon. This doubles the scale to 500. Also notice that our analog sine waves adjust to the new y scale. Clicking the plus icon again redoubles the scale from 500 to 1000. To decrease the y scale, click on the first minus icon. This halves the scale back to 500, and notice that our analog sine waves again adjust to the new scale. Clicking the minus icon again brings it back to the original 0 to 250 range. Alright, now let's work on the x or time axis. Right now we're set to plot data for 120 seconds before the plot refreshes. We can change this by clicking on the second plus icon to double the time. Now we're at 240 seconds or 4 minutes. Clicking the plus icon again will redouble our plot time to 480 seconds or 8 minutes. Now depending on what kind of data you're plotting, having a longer plot time, even into the hours, may be what's needed. Now let's click on the second minus icon to decrease the plot time from 180 back to 240. Notice how the analog plot adjusts to the new time frame. Clicking the minus icon again decreases the plot time back to 120, where we started. We can continue to click the minus icon to display less and less time. Now we're at 30 seconds and we can go even lower. But it all depends on the data we're plotting. A normal time is between 30 and 120 seconds. Now another way to adjust the x and y axis is by using the drop-down selections on either side of the user status message box. Starting with the one on the left, click on the arrow to see the choices for adjusting the y-axis. These have been pre-programmed, but you can also type in a min and a max value yourself. For example, let's change the y-axis range from 0 to 400. Just type in 0, 400 and hit enter. That's it. The y-axis is now 0 to 400. You can do the same thing with the x or time axis. Just select the min and max times and key them into the drop-down box on the right. And remember to hit the enter key. Okay, let's do 0 to 60 seconds. Now to see how to shift our plot, we're going to stop plotting by clicking on the plot icon again. And it's the one that looks like a screen with a wiggly line. Okay, now our plotting is stopped. So let's look at what else we can do with it. Now the first up and down arrows adjust the y-axis scale so that we can move our plot up or down. Click on the up arrow to move the plot up. As you can see, the y-axis has shifted so the 0 level has moved up. And the bottom of the y-axis is now actually a negative number. Click on the up arrow again and the plot moves up again. Use the down arrow next to it to shift the plot down. Do this until we're back to the y-axis at 0 again, which we are right now. To shift the plot left and right, just click on the left and right shift icons. Notice that the plot, along with the time scale, moves with it. This feature is important for examining logged or saved data, which we'll get into in another video. But for now, just recall what we've done with the plus and minus icons to change the X and Y scales, and the arrow icons to shift the plots on the screen. Don't worry, we'll be able to label the y-axis to whatever value we want for plotting, like volts or amps, or any other units that the data represents. We'll also be able to plot in minutes and hours as well as in seconds, and in real time. But for now, this video is intended to show you just how to change the X and Y axis and to shift the plot around a little bit.